Okay, so I have a stencil and a mask. This is the same one. I'll put the title in the description. And I have a few more that are all kind of similar flowers. Okay. So there's a few more. So this is another one here and that. So these two are the same as well. And then I have this yellow one and the orange one. And these, I think, match this stencil. So in a lot of these cases, I have a mask as well as a stencil. They are two separate files though, because what works for the mask is to be cut out completely, and what works for the stencil is to be cut out just the areas where you want the paint to go through. So you can see this is kind of the same image, but this one has the outer outline and this one doesn't. So let's give these a go. I think I'm going to play with these kind of interchangeably, maybe do a few of these masks together, and then we can play with the stencils as well. Let's get rid of these and put them somewhere safe. And what color do I want to go with this? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is very thin. This one is only really suitable to cut as a large mask, because you wouldn't want it to be any smaller, because you'd start having troubles with these little petals here. See, this one's curling a little bit, but that's just because it got bent. I think I can be aware of that, and it won't be a problem. So let's give it a go. I think I'm going to go with darker red here. Yeah, let's go with that darker red. So I'm going to take this color. Oh, it's kind of transparent. That's interesting. Maybe it's just because I don't have very much on there. Still kind of transparent. Okay, let's see what fits on this plate here. It's not going to be all of these. Start with this big guy. I'm going to put him over here and try to get that piece down in a way that makes sense. Okay, we'll put this one in there and this guy. And let's see, what can we print them on? Print them on this yellow. So just burnishing with my hands, trying to make good contact between the paper and the plate. And let's see what we got here. Oops. I forgot to push down that spot, but it made an interesting impression here. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Happy accident. Now, I don't think I could do that intentionally, but for here, it's definitely interesting. Okay, so let's pick this up. Take those out. These look really good. I'm really happy with these stencils. They have some character and they seem to print fairly well. There's no real issues with anything missing except maybe up here, which really just means I need more attention to that spot. This paint might be too dry, but I'm going to try and pick it up anyway. Yeah, see, looking at this one here, it looks like they're coming through. I probably just didn't give it enough pressure, but that's a good note for next time I do this one, that I need to put enough pressure. Same with this little guy here. So you have a little dot on the end, and here, nope, nothing in the dot, no red. But I think a little more pressure would easily solve that problem. Yeah, too dry. Too dry. But good impressions. Well, could be a better impression, but the stencil looks great. Let's pick this up with a light color. Maybe this yellow here. This is probably the same yellow as that one. We'll do a nice thin layer and just pick this up so I have a clean plate to start with again. This is a super thin layer. It's like transparent. You can't even see it. Okay, paper quickly, paper quickly. I got too many pages on there, but that's okay. Take the extra ones off. Let's let it sit for a minute. Okay, let's see here. No, too dry. Too dry. But see, this was a perfect page of something I can print over top of. So I'm just going to put that back in my print file. Okay, just take this and clean up the plate. Okay, this is another one I can print over, or it would be good for a background. We'll see. Okay, let's go with maybe this guy with the spiral will be fun. I think I'm going to decide what I want to print on first. I'm going to print on this one, maybe with a, yeah, this dark blue would be great. So let's give that a go. I'm going to go with this one, this dark blue here. Okay, it's down. Let's just throw another one in just because. I'm going to try this one again. Put him over there. Let's try and get in all those little crevices this time. I'm trying to get a better print. Okay, taking a peek. Oh, yeah. Oh, a little more over there. Yeah, I like that color combo too. This is the fun thing about gel printing too, is you get this texture that isn't quite solid. So you often get a lot of this little like interference, different colors on top of each other, which I really love that effect. Okay, taking the stencils off. Let's see if I can quickly print this on top of something else. Maybe that one. Okay, I think this is a build up an image. We've got an outline left. So maybe I think I'll go with, let's go with this purple color. Pick that up. Okay, I'm gonna put these away. Oh, again, that interference effect. Although this is left over on the plate versus what didn't pick up last time. And then these are kind of ghost prints because I picked up that once already, so cool. All right, I want to go with that same color again because I really like it, this blue. So I'll put a bit of that on the plate. I think that's too much. And which stencil here? That one, this big one, or these guys? Let's go with these guys. Let's pick something up that'll go with that. This. You know what? Let's give this a try. But I think that's for the second print, not the first. The first print is going to be more solid. Yeah, this color, this page. Got paint all over there. Okay, roll it out. Nice and thin, as always. Stencil down. Paper on. Good burnish. Especially where the stencil is open. And look at that. I like the colors. Okay, let's take this off. Put that on the floor to dry. You might also have noticed that I never clean my stencils. These ones I've been using lately are new, so they don't have a lot of paint on them. But I do actually like the way that well-used stencils sometimes leave residue from their previous prints on your gel plate. I love gel printing because it's a messy printmaking activity. I took some printmaking in college or university, and it was a lot of fun, but I'm way too much of a messy printer to be able to do that with any success. So, I mean, you see my hands, and this is relatively clean, but yeah, I like gel printing because you can get away with a lot more than you could with traditional printmaking techniques. Okay, here comes the print. This one is a little busy. You can see I overprinted what was a busy pattern already, but because of the stencil picking up some of the paint and giving them mottled effect, it's you can still see the other prints through. So I don't know, this one might be more to print on more, or some good textures for collage, because this would work really well for something like maybe an ocean, or who knows. We'll see. Everything goes into my stash and I decide where I'm going to use it later on.